Yo. You already know who it is. Price, Rob, Bramigos Podcast. And today we got a banger for y'all. Ken Dorsey, Rob has a hell of a pitch for you to become a head coach again. You gotta watch out. And Russell Wilson, is it time for him to spin the media block right now? And let's not forget, the future MMA star Draymond Green makes his return to the NBA, and that's today on Bramigos Podcast. Let's get it.
If you're a diehard sports fan or sports fanatic, then this is the place you want to be. You're now listening to the Bramigos Podcast, the best place for all sports everything. So pull up and let's go.
Get it. First off, Rob, hit him with the pitch. Hit Ken Dorsey right now with the pitch. Tell him, Rob. Tell him.
Hey, Ken. I talk to you right quick. Me and you. Everybody they watching, but me and you, let's talk. I want to really pick your brain about something. So I know you just got nixed. You were the scapegoat for the early season troubles with the Buffalo Bills. And look, y'all had a high-powered offense. Y'all just, had a dude that basically could not, stop giving up the ball. But listen, this is what I want you to do. I want you to really listen to me. I want you to not only get another offensive coordinator job, which I think you will, but I want to put you in a seat for a high-paying head coaching job. And this is what I want you to really look at. I want you to really think about this. You don't have to do it. Just think about it, all right? How would you like to live in Iowa? Here's what I'm talking about. So, as you know, and as everybody kind of knows and have seen, Iowa football sucks on offense. I know people don't like to hear the word sucks, but that's the most PG way that I can really put it. God fucking awful is really what they are.
Definitely.
But they are bad. And so what I think that you can do, and I really want you to just take this into advisement, take this to heart. I think you can be the offensive coordinator for them. And I think you can put that in prominence. And here's what I'm really trying to get at. So think about it. This offense is last, like dead last in offense for last season. Like when I say like dead last, there's 130 teams. They're 130. Like they right there. Total offense, they are right there. Let's bring up some stats. Let me pull up some stats for you. So let's say yards for 14 games, they had 3282. The top team in NCAA, oh, computer's going slow. The top team has 7,000. That's 7,400. That was Oregon. So let's go to yards per play. They had 3.94. That's rounding up. 20 touchdowns for a season for 14 games. So you can do the math on what that is. 234 yards per game. Baby, they was boo-boo. You can basically not make them boo-boo. You can shine them up and make them new penny. And you know what? You make them mediocre. Make them middle road. You are going to look like a god there. They're going to act like you basically came down from Mount Olympus. And they're going to basically open up their checkbooks for you. Yes, and I want you to have your checkbooks open up. You are national championship winning quarterback. You were the used quarterback. The you, baby. That was you. You. Like, you were the quarterback. You were the dude. That's what people think about when they go back to those Willis McGahee, Andre Johnson, or even though I don't think he played. Yeah, Andre Johnson.
He did.
Like, all them cats, Shockey, all them cats, dog. Like, that was you. You were the quarterback that was throwing to them. Now, I want you to get more than that. I want them to think about you as the, because they talk about Ben Johnson over there at the Lions, getting like $15 million a year. I want you to get 20, baby. I want you to aim for the stars. And you know what? What's gonna get you to the stars? You know what's gonna get you to be that rocket ship? Get you on that rocket ship. Go ahead and make Iowa look decent. I want you to basically do that. Cause see, a lot of people gonna give you advisement. A lot of people gonna, kind of steer you in the right way, steer you where you might need to be. But me, I'm thinking about where it's gonna get you beyond that. I want you to basically get to Valhalla. I want you to basically get to Mount Olympus. I want you to own that motherfucker, boy. That's what I want for you. But
Damn
do
right.
you want it for you? Do you want it for you? Because you look at them, you see how pitiful they are. They are but you can make them better. I just want you to do that. I want you to just think about it. Because you don't have to make no decisions for me. All right. I got me. All right. We good. We good over here.
We good.
But you know what you can do? Make the best decision for you. You, you. Okay? Just do that. Do that.
Hey man, Rob got a good one. Cause look, you can only go up with him. You can literally only go up. Literally. But
I'm not even telling you to make them a top 10 offense.
Not
I'm telling you
even.
to make them a top 50 offense. You make them a top 50 offense, like they are going to basically be like, what is this wizard and how do we basically control his magic? That's what they're gonna look at you like.
Easily.
They don't know what to do with somebody like you. That somebody's gonna make them better than what they've ever been. That's what I'm just trying to get you to think about. Think with your eye. Think with that third eye right there. You might not have it, but some of us naysayers do. Think with that. All right? Just go ahead and do that.
And that was the public service announcement for Rob. Ken Dorsey, you should think about it though. You gotta recover after that. But I gotta touch on a little bit more football. Russell Wilson. It's time to spin the media block right now. You didn't let your people let off some shots. It's time for you to let off some more shots. Expose Denver right now.
Expose them.
Let us know what's going on. I'm telling you, let them have it. Russell, Carrington, Wilson, expose them. It's time for you to quit being humble and low key, like Ray J said. It's time for you to expose these people. Let them know. Let them know. Tell them what's going on right now. Because I promise you, as this story has unfolded more and more over the past few days, over the last week, it is giving us insight into what these players are having to deal with sometimes. I'm not always going to say that the organization is to blame, but this is clearly one of the situations where the organization is clearly the one to blame right now. If you're a fan of the Denver Broncos, this is the time that you need to hold, as a fan, your front office, feet to the fire right now. You didn't have a horrible quarterback. You didn't have Tommy DeVito all season long as your quarterback or something. That is not who you had. Even though he may have not been Super Bowl or high-end Russell Wilson in Seattle, he has been a very serviceable quarterback. And this year, on top of that, we've seen more backups start this season than ever before. And you had an Iron Man. Your starter was there. Y'all started bad. You can't blame him for giving up 70 points. He didn't give up 70 points.
Motherfucker should play safety.
Exactly. You tell me, how can you blame the quarterback? Now, don't get me wrong. He had some bad time. But we all know it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's not a if, it's a win. It's always a win. But the fact that he came through, gave y'all a streak of games, and y'all were legitimate for, like, let's be real. Y'all were looking at the playoff hunt. Okay? Then y'all were out. Why would, there's so much I could say. You guys self-sabotage yourself. You self-sabotage yourself, and if you don't believe that you, as a Denver Broncos fan, if you don't believe that they self-sabotage themselves, Why would you tell a quarterback something like that in October? You were still in the running for this. Denver, if you look anywhere other than the front office and Sean Payton on why you're not in the playoffs, at least a first round game, a fighting y'all puncher's chance. Get your Rocky on for a second. Look at them. Do not look at Russell. Do not say, oh, he's the reason. No. This is clearly a front office and coaching job. The Waltons. Look here. If he doesn't get it done, you better hang him by his feet. I don't want to see anything, oh, it was an amicable split. You hang him by his feet. Let it be known that he messed this up. Because Chad Johnson said it the best. Even Shannon Sharp said it the best. Free agents are going to run behind money. So if you offer somebody enough money, they're going to do it. But if you want that quality dude that's not chasing money, he's looking for some sort of loyalty, some sort of substance from his team in the front office, and that, hey, we're going to get this done. Hey, we're pushing towards a championship. What you just did isn't going to get you that guy. It's not. Anytime the NFL Player Association has to get involved in something, it's bad. It's bad. And I hate to say this, but y'all picked the wrong guy to do this to. You're trying to, you went at the guy who's been a model citizen.
The nicest
Dude. Let's take away, let's remove Plant. It is a bunch of unsavory characters that have went through the NFL and done crap across their life. I'm going to use this as an example. LT. Rob, I'm pretty sure you can agree with me that LT is probably the best defensive player to ever grace us in this game. But he has been in court for some unsavory shit. And we're going to act like, come on now. Let's not even talk about Ben Roethlisberger whenever they was using the R word at the beginning of his name. Come on now. Greg Hardy. Ray Rice. Those were people that you could crucify, but you chose the dude who go to work every day. I don't care if you say, oh, he's a diva behind the scenes. He ain't out in public.
And most cats are. Most of those kind of cats are.
And that's the thing, Rob. If he was on Front Street with it, I'd say, hey, bro, y'all got to do something about that. But clearly everything is being handled on the backside. And if he's willing to deal with something on the backside, if he's willing to, and I know a lot of people say, oh, coaches scream and stuff like that. That was Sean Payton trying to break him. He was trying to break him out there because he know Russell is a dude who's going to stand there and he's going to take it. Russell is like Tim Duncan for Greg Popovich. He's going to let you yell in his face. He's going to do what he got to go do. He knows, hey, man, I got to lead by example. I got to take it on the chin and do what I need to do. Russell, it's time to spin the block. Let the whole clip ring. Expose the text, expose the email, expose it all. Let them have to see this. Let us see what's going on behind it. Because until you do this, we're going to have them doing this to you. Is like they're going to try to make you and say all of these guys can be put out here. This is the time that you expose it all. Spin the block on. Spin the block, let all of the shots ring out, and make them have to deal with this. Because they're going to try to cut you before March 1st. They're going to try to avoid that cap hit. And trust me personally, as much as I love Patrick Mahomes, nothing would be more pissed in their cereal if you went to the Steelers or Atlanta and won a Super Bowl. Or made a Super Bowl appearance. Because then, if the Broncos are crap again next year, they're going to look at Sean and say, I thought he wasn't the guy. Maybe all he did was need some pieces. Why didn't you make sure that we got pieces, Sean? You know why? Because Sean was too worried about his paycheck. He was too worried about, they can't get rid of me. I don't want them to get rid of me. I just got here. He been here 2 years. Get rid of him. He ain't my guy. That ain't my dude. Spin the block, Russ. Let them know right now. Air it out. Let them have it. Let them have it. Don't even hold back. Matter of fact, I need to see you on the diss song with Sierra singing the hook about Denver right now. That's how much I want you to let them have it.
Yeah.
Go platinum on them. Drop a record, drop a diss record, and I bet you that they'll fall out. I bet you that they'll fall out. It's over with. Now, me and Rob have been, we contemplate certain stuff, and we've been talking about tenure in like the NBA league. And what should qualify you, at least get you a shot into the Hall of Fame. At least a little. At least a little. So, me and Rob think this. If you play like 18 years, they should at least give you a shot at this, Rob. Go ahead, kind of explain to him what we've been thinking, Rob. Kind of explain to him.
So this goes back to the LeBron James tweet where he's talking about essentially himself, but he's talking about anybody that is still playing. Why can't they be eligible to go to the Hall of Fame? Which some people laughed it off. Some people was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But I honestly agree with him. I do agree with him a lot, and here's why: because he did point out the fact that coaches, while coaching, can be eligible for the basketball Hall of Fame, because the rule essentially is play a rule of core they have to, you have to be retired for 5 years, or the totality of time for coaches have to basically be 25 years between high school, college, and pro. So you have to basically be coaching for 25 years to be eligible for the Hall of Fame. Now I go in, but just be eligible to be voted in. So I'm thinking, if you're talking about a lifetime, or not, let me not say a lifetime, but adult age.
Yes.
18 years, I think, is a good marker for how long you've been in the league, and if you are still in the league, be eligible just to be voted in. So, like, think about Vince Carter, for example. Vince Carter could have been voted in years ago. Tim Duncan, Dirk Nowitzki, while they were still playing, even though they were playing in much more limited roles than what they were, they could have been voted into the Hall of Fame. Jamal Crawford could have basically been voted in that time. And LeBron James right now, same thing. You can vote these guys in, or be able to vote them in while they're still playing. Give them their flowers while they're still in. They could be Hall of Famer LeBron James, even though we know for a fact he's going in. The second there's a vote basically for with his name on it, he's going to go in the Hall of Fame. So why not crown him while he's still in? Why does it have to wait the 5 years? Just because it was a rule that was made back then doesn't mean it's applicable now. And I know you might be thinking, well, his career's not over yet. You never know what's going to happen. If you've been playing 18 years of Hall of Fame worthy basketball, what the fuck is 2 more years going to make a difference?
Exactly.
3 more years, 4 more years. You've basically sewn in. Like Kobe, for example. How many years Kobe played?
I think
like
20.
20. So if you basically said, hey, we're gonna really dissect those last 2 years where he was barely playing, barely healthy, and when he was playing, it was really more like, hey, I know you was the shit in the past. We just gonna give you, like, we gonna groove some fastballs to you, like, and let you basically score. Not like sugarcoat, or not like give him basically the ball and let him shoot, but basically not play as much defense as what we would have if you were basically still Fro Kobe or number 8 Kobe. Like, it's if you play 18 years of Hall of Fame worthy basketball, and we clip this, homie. If you've played 18 years of Hall of Fame worthy ball, you should be able to be voted in right then and there. I don't see why you can't, because your resume is done. Your resume is there.
Yes.
It's not to where there's anything that's on the court going to stop that, unless you are somebody that we're going to talk about that are basically being violent towards players and they don't want you there. If you're going to be a Kermit Washington, yes, I understand why somebody would not want you to be in the Hall of Fame. But if outside of those very much rare and extenuating circumstances, if you play 18 years of Hall of Fame ball, you should be in. You should be able to be voted on. You should be able to basically be one of the people in that pantheon to basically say, hey, I am one of you, because I have already sewn that into the fabric of this game that I am one of you. Give people their flowers while they still got it. Give people their flowers while they can really still smell them. All right? Let's do that.
Yeah.
I rest my case. You're welcome.
You got to. Because, like Rob said, if you didn't play 18 years of Hall of Fame basketball, which to me, Vince should be in there. Vince is probably like one of the greatest dunkers, period.
He's going to be.
Yeah, but he should be in there. Because
Yeah.
we forget. We remember Vince for dunking on people, but Vince was an animal. Vince hit three. It was a time that people thought Vince was the next MJ because of the athleticism. He could shoot the ball. He could handle the ball. Vince was a monster. Vince just never had the chance. He did with that New Jersey team, but let's be real. If Vince would have been in a position, or that New Jersey team would have, they just ran into the Lakers, bro. They ran into the Lakers. It was hard to stop Shaq and Kobe, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. Outside of that one somewhat debacle that people can debate with the Sacramento crap, it was hard to stop Shaq and Kobe, bro.
Yeah.
It just was what it was. It's just like the thing that people say, well, Mike was, bro, look, Mike was a buzzsaw, whatever he was on, okay? It's some people you're not meant to beat. It don't matter. It's just their will is gonna say, you know what? You're not winning tonight. I don't care how good you are. I'm gonna win, no matter what you think. And Kobe and Shaq are one of those duos that during that time couldn't beat them. Mike Scott and them Bulls couldn't beat them. It's a reason. That Spurs team, even though they might have not been back to back to back, that was a buzzsaw. Whenever that chainsaw was oiled up and it was hitting them trees, it was something to deal with. It wasn't Golden State, same thing. It's some teams that you're not meant to beat. They're just on at that moment, and that's it. And if you play this long, even if you ran into them buzzsaws or you've been the buzzsaw, 18 years, dog, go ahead and put them in there. We already have a thing for vet minimum. Hell, look, give them Hall of Fame status. Give them a little bit more money if they still playing. Call it the Hall of Fame minimum signing so they can make a little bit more money on their way out the door. And give them boys their flowers right now. And put them in there. Let them have their ceremony. Even if you hold their official ceremony till their last game and make it a huge event, you could do something like that. Because who wouldn't have loved to been in the building and you could have said, hey, Vince, tonight we're going to let you play 30 minutes, give you the ball. If you want to show out, go out with a bang, do your Kobe thing, and we appreciate you for being in this league so long. Bam. Give it to them while they're here. Don't wait till they're dead. Let these dudes shine, bro. Let them shine. I agree with Rob. Now, I'm going to speak on a little bit of some NBA stuff, and then we're going to finish off with a little NFL because, you know, it's Sunday. But NBA teams. I got a list of y'all that need to do something at this All-Star break. Miami. I'm going to start with you. What the hell y'all think y'all doing? You remember holding on to Tyler Hero? Don't look like it's such a good idea right now, huh? He's not quite producing for what you thought he was going to be. And what the hell is wrong with y'all that y'all keep signing Kyle Lowry? I know me and Rob had a discussion about this a long time ago that if they going to pay y'all, take the money. But damn it, what are y'all doing with Kyle Lowry? Why? Kyle Lowry, look. Hey, man, you had a hell of a run in Toronto where you had great times. Miami let his ass go. Why do you keep feeding him this money? I looked up the other night. Kyle Lowry don't even have over unders on DraftKings and stuff because he's so trash right now. Hell, if they put up a he's gonna score 15 points, it's probably a plus 10,000 odds. He's not getting you anything. Get him out of there. You want to make a play at a championship with Jimmy Butler and Bam? Hey, him and Tyler Hero the first two that I'm letting go. Duncan Robinson got to stay. That boy got to burn him whenever he's young. I'm gonna just say that. Okay. Lakers. Oh, Lakers. Look, the second greatest player in Hall of Fame history would like another ring. I don't think this is gonna happen, but he like another ring. And that dude AD that y'all so coveted took from us and won a bubble championship and got number 4. I'm gonna say this. I think everybody on the Lakers squad is eligible to get traded right now. I think LeBron has went into that locker room, pointed at everybody. All y'all have a U-Haul on standby. Okay.
Like, I can see him walking in the room and be like, I hope all you motherfuckers ring.
Oh, yeah. You ain't buy a house this season, huh, D-Lo? Nah, LeBron, I was just looking at one. Don't do it, bro. Don't do it. You're gonna need the money. Don't buy the house. Shit. Not unless you want to come out back and visit, and live out there. But don't buy the house. Don't buy the house. Everybody on that team is movable, Rob. The whole team could go. If he wants to make a play at the championship, everybody could go.
Yep.
If I'm the front office, I'm going in there and I'm gonna be like, hey, can I get somebody to raise hand? Who rents in here and who owns the house out here?
Yeah, like who's comfortable?
Yeah,
I would suggest you not be.
yeah. Don't get too comfortable. Don't get too comfortable because it needs to be some moves made. Warriors. Now, in light of a person coming back, which I'll touch on that in a minute. Warriors. Rob loves y'all. Okay. Rob loves y'all. Y'all usually his pick.
Yep.
Rob, it's some people that get moved over there.
Yeah, and the main person right now, which I understand where he's coming from, Jonathan Kuminga. I get you, bro. I got you. I don't understand your haircut and why you went that way. Bold strategy, Cotton. But as far as that, he probably needs to get moved. And I understand why they were like, hey, we not gonna basically try to break up who we got with Steph, Clay, Draymond. Like we're not gonna try to break that up. But in behest, with that, still has some young talent that basically is like, hey, I'm trying to get some run. I mean, Jordan Poole, he's been shit in Washington. Like, it's it's some cats that basically are like, I want some shine. I want some play. I don't want to basically be some rotational dude. I want to be a starter. I want to be somebody contributing. And it just hasn't happened yet. And
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It may just have to be where they gotta steer the Titanic into the iceberg, you know, and let it fall to the bottom of the ocean
Yeah.
before actually doing something about anything. So
It may have
it
to
is
be
what
that.
it is.
He is the one young piece that has value. I don't
Mhm.
think Looney, you are a hell of a hustle player. I just don't see tremendous value if they trade you. They're gonna have to pair him and Kaminga if they want something back.
Mhm.
Um, my move would have maybe been at Pascal Siakam if you can get Toronto
Mhm.
to take Kaminga and Looney and get Pascal. Maybe you working with something right there because Pascal is pretty damn good. Toronto had a bunch of 20-point per game players and no superstar. They were all really good players. They just didn't have nobody to put them over the top. And then you got rid of the one guard that you had that could have put you over the top with Van Fleet. He took it, but to Houston. So you are high. I know that this is gonna sound bad, but you were a high level average team. Like that's what y'all were, a high level average team. A bunch of players that can get 20, 18, 20 points a game. but not necessarily we're gonna win all the time. The numbers look like they will win, but they don't really translate to wins. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I understand, but Warriors, yeah, y'all might have to blow that whole thing up. I know Clay bet on himself. Oh, I'm gonna be great. I'm gonna get that extension. Clay is not working out. Kaminga is to me your best high value asset right now because Steph is so good. You can't let him go. And I know the Warriors don't want to let Steph go, but
They'll never let Steph go.
nah,
That's the absolute last person that will get moved.
yeah,
But Clay is like next there, but it's like it's either they let him go now or he's gonna go somewhere else.
yeah. I feel like him, Wiggins, all of them are there. I feel like Draymond probably punked people in the front office, so they're afraid to trade him. So I feel like that's how that's
Well,
gonna work.
Draymond is the second. I would say still the second most. He's arguably the second most important warrior they've had in this run. Like everything that he's done was so that those other guys didn't have to.
Yeah,
And I think that with him he maximized his abilities and his size and everything like that to the best of his abilities and became, you know, didn't he win Depoy?
I think he's 1-1.
Like
Yeah, I think during
yeah,
the
but
whole
like
thing he's
basically
1-1.
somebody that could do something like that, you know. So he's got so much. He's got so much goodwill with them, even though he's basically beaten all of his peers.
Yeah,
Uh, he's got so much goodwill within. It's like, okay, we got you. But yeah, Clay's a shell of himself. It's just what it is. You know, he's gonna go somewhere and basically have like a going away tour. But
yeah.
yeah, him being the shooting star that he was, I don't think he's that anymore.
And I'm gonna be honest. I feel like if a trade gets made, it might be him. It might be him ending up somewhere like Lakerland or something like that, or somewhere he could try to be effective. You know, you never know. Next on this list, 76. Okay, look, the process has been a long one. You've had a 6'10" power forward guard that I don't know what he's trying to do on his comeback tour. And Ben Simmons, he's gone. Your beard is gone and James Harden, so you're left with Embiid and Tyrese Maxey. So this is how I'm gonna lay it out, 76ers. I don't know what y'all are gonna have to do to make a trade to get an extra piece there, but you need something else to put y'all over the top to give y'all a legit run at anything. Because Embiid has been playing pretty damn good. Maxi is awesome. Maxi is probably one of the next superstars in this league. He's getting that playing time now. It's on and popping for dude. I like cats like him and Ant Man and Shea Gildress, those young dudes who are getting out there and they getting at it right now. Love it. I don't know what your guys' next move is, but if you're waiting on Embiid to average 40 for the season, it's not happening. It's not happening. His knees ain't gonna give you 40 for the season. Okay? His knees stop at about 30, and that's where he is. So I don't know what y'all got to do to get that happening, but something has to happen. I don't know if it's gonna be you need to trade for a wing or where you might go, but y'all definitely need some sort of move. Dallas. Even though Kyrie and Luca has worked to some degree, surprisingly, I don't know how, damn it. Y'all need something else. Okay? Y'all are top heavy as hell with those two. And there's nothing in the paint that can help y'all defensive and nothing is stopping. And I don't know who I would consider the league's Tyson Chandler right now that you may be able to make a move for. And I don't know why, but Wiseman, I feel like you got to leave Wiseman in Detroit right now, so maybe he can develop. But y'all are going to need some sort of defensive stopper.
Might be
Something
Looney.
Yeah, maybe Looney, but I don't know who the Mavericks would give to Golden State to make that happen.
Mm.
See, it's a lot of pieces that's outside of championship contention that have good value to them. The team's just not gonna move on 'em. I hate to say it, but NBA teams are like stingy poker players, bro. Like they
Mm.
really are. They're like super stingy poker players. That's all they are. And they'll hold on to the next person to stop somebody else from getting them. It is known fact. This is what they'll do. They'll hold you to they feel like, okay, he's not worth that much anymore, but I'm gonna trade him now because I didn't pay him and he can't go somewhere else and win right now. And that's what they'll do. I'm gonna pay him forever, make sure he's there, and that's it. And it's cool. I understand. I do understand that strategy. You know, I'm gonna try to win the war of attrition with another team, even though I ain't winning, they ain't winning. Hey, it's kind of stupid to me, you know. Some of y'all need to try to get your balls to know. Get a bunch of draft picks, start from the ground up. I can't lie. Danny Ainge did such a hell of a job over there with getting that together. Look, if you can hire him in your front office, you go get Danny Ainge ASAP if you can get him. You get you a
Yeah,
Danny
Sam
Ainge.
Presti already doing that.
Yeah,
Sam Presti doing exactly what you're saying, and they are working out.
yeah. It's the new, bro. I'm telling you, that's the new strategy. If you're an NBA, that is the new strategy. Look, I'm a stockpile these draft picks. I'm gonna make moves, and then bam, you're gonna see me go from nobody to somebody.
Mm.
It's like, oh, she was an okay chick, and then she went to Dr. Miami, got hips, ass on the breast, everything. And now she's a new chick. She came back new. I don't even recognize her. Where she came from with all this, and that's it. And it just
Body
turns
built
around.
and everything.
Yes, like it's just boom. Just where did she come from with this? Where did she come from with it? I don't remember all this. And that's what Boston did. Cause think about it. Boston was going downhill, and then we get Brown, they get Tatum, you didn't make
From
draft picks, and all of a sudden it's on and popping. Hmm. It's just on and popping again, bro. It's amazing. It's amazing how that draft pick. Look at OKC. Look at OKC. OKC's doing the same thing. Russell drained them all that money, KD all that money, win, lose. All of a sudden, we get Che, we got Chet, you got this, you got that, and all of a sudden, you're on and popping again. It's the new run. That's the new wave, and hey, a lot of y'all need to get with the program right now. If not, your franchise is going to continue to fail, and even though diehard fans are going to be there, except you Knicks fans. You Knicks fans are always going to have to deal with Spike Lee and being mediocrely good, sitting in that 6 position, and then getting knocked out of the playoffs. Remember, Trae Young is your nemesis, not me. Just always remember that. But I got one more NBA thing. Then we got to hit y'all with some NFL. Well, Draymond Green is coming back into the NBA, bro. He's gonna be looking for his first title fight. As soon as he gets up on the court, I wonder who his next victim is gonna be. Got to damn sure be training for MMA because you know how he gets down. Do you think that he's gonna play good, Rob? Do you think he's gonna play for the rest of the season and be a model citizen?
I'll be real. I hope so. I do hope that he stops fighting his coworkers. Like I think that he will. I think something about him and like everything that was going, like all the actions that transpired. Not even talking about the Jordan Poole thing, but like the kicking, stomping on basically Demontis Sabonis' chest, swinging on Nurkic, choking Rudy Gobert, like it all just seemed odd. And not just even those, but like when he did, like have something happen, he's like hyping up the crowd and all this kind of like, dude, what is you on? And granted, it may not be to where you can get fixed in a couple weeks, or 2-3 weeks or however long he was suspended, but like he might have just needed just some time to reset. And if he reset and basically is not fighting his coworkers, I think he'll be just fine. He is still an effective player. He's not the scorer, but he's the guy that basically does all the dirty work, all the things that are necessary to win, or for a team to win. So I think he's gonna be fine. And you know, I just hope, for his sake he don't run into a James Johnson who basically is like an undefeated kickboxer. And his family is like one of the meanest, or not meanest, because they all might be nice people, but one of the probably most fightingest motherfuckers on earth, because they're all like MMA fighters and Brazilian jiu-jitsu motherfuckers. Like, if he can basically do that, avoid that nigga at all costs, like, he should be fine.
I will say
Yeah,
this.
like, I think he'll overall be fine.
I will say this, Rob. In light of you thinking that he would be fine, I would hope that he would try James Johnson, and James Johnson pulls the most amazing Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu toss or submission move out there on the court, and Draymond Green gets a little bit of his own medicine. Just saying, a little bit of karma might help straighten him out, just a little bit. Because
Like, I'm a go ahead.
No, you go ahead, bro. Go ahead.
Dog, because I will tell y'all a story about me. Like, I remember me and my little brother, like, we basically were just, like, I was fucking with this nigga. Like, I was just an asshole for him this day. He might say other days, but this day, I was an asshole. And I was just going at him. It was over and over and over. And then this dude, like, as I'm, like, getting up in his face about something, he cocks back and hits me with a mean one. A mean one. I stumbled back, head was spinning and all that kind of shit, but I ain't fall. But I was like, I'm never like, whatever I was on that day, I was off of it right after that punch. Like, I think if that happens with Draymond, I think he'll basically be the same kind of way. Because a lot of this shit, it's not a fight. It's really just him striking other people. Like, a fight would be like the other dude gets some kind of like hit in. Nobody's really gotten a hit in on him. Nobody's tried to touch him up. It's all been something that they didn't see coming, and that they wasn't able to react to. Like Steven Adams getting kicked in the balls. Like, and this is the most ball kicking his team on the earth.
I'm saying.
Now that I really think about it, because Chris Paul, well, actually, no, he's out now. But like, Chris Paul is another, under the belt puncher itself. But yeah, no, I mean, he needs to get swung off on. I honestly do think that a lot of his shit has been, I hit you, you don't do anything else. He needs to get swung off on.
That's
and I
what
think
I'm
if
saying.
he gets swung off on, it'll be the ultimate fix. And he might have just got punched too. Like, it might have been where in the 12 games he was out, he got punched one good time, and basically now his ticker is back on ticking.
No.
So
I don't know who's gonna do it, but if he ran into James Johnson, I promise you, if you threw down on him like MMA pay-per-view, or if you ever called, I promise you, look, who if you take him out one time and then make him act right, all you'll have to say, anybody who played him, don't make me call James Johnson for your ass, Draymond. That's all you'll have to tell him after that.
like, you are something else.
Yeah,
you are something else.
I'm telling you, somebody has to do something to him. Just one time. He's stomping people in the chest, kicking people in the balls. He's flailing, hollering about, I'm selling the car. Nah, bro. You tried to hit that man on the slick and thought nobody else would see it. And was like, nah. Somebody needs to take you out one time, and then I think you'll be like, I'm a model citizen. I freeform my ways. I'm ready to play right in the NBA. After all this time, I don't want to be a dirty player anymore, and I'm a play right. And that's it. That's all I need you to do, bro.
Was lost, but now I'm found.
Yeah. Your sense was lost.
Now I see.
Yep, you found this now. That's all you need. Because trust me, you've gotten away with some stuff. Because if Steven Adams would have had his mind on right, I think that's why you hit him with a low blow. You knew he would have retaliated, because he's from Australia and he's crazy. I've heard some of the stuff that he's done. Any man that's willing to scratch himself to make himself bleed on the sideline to get his team a timeout is clearly committed to the cause. Just throw that one out there.
I would not fuck with
it. At all. But as we said, we have to talk a little bit of NFL. And I'm going to just say, my Super Bowl pick is number one right now. Just saying, even though you got one more game left. Well, they played their last game. They played Pittsburgh. But I'm just saying we're there. We're there, Rob. We're there. Ravens,
Uh-huh.
I'm just saying. Yeah. Your Eagles are number 5 on the other side,
We're in the playoffs.
Yeah,
We're
they're in
right
the playoff.
there.
They're right there. But this is what we were talking about. Is some wild stuff for some of these other teams to make the hunt, like Bills, Steelers, Jags, Bucks, Packers, Seahawks, Saints, Vikings, and Falcons. Y'all are like so far out. Y'all need so much stuff to happen. It's like a wild list of things. It's like a series of unfortunate events that y'all need to happen for you guys to hit this. But looking at the playoffs right now, have they put out the playoff matchups right now? Or are they still waiting on certain ones
So
to be filled?
yeah, because I mean they got the games right now. It's a lot of flux going on. So like right now, as it's presently stated from what we looking at from the athletic, shout out to the athletic. Ravens are the number one seed.
Mm,
The right now the wild card games would be or at least at the time that this was written. Browns, Texans, Bills, Chiefs, Steelers, Dolphins. That'd be for the AFC. For the NFC, the 49ers are the number one seed,
mm.
and it would be Eagles, Bucks, Rams, Lions, Packers, Cowboys, and that's just right now. Like we're still like right now we're recording as NFL games are going on,
As they're going now.
but that's what it would be right now.
I don't know. That Chiefs Bills is gonna be a real good one.
Hmm.
Because it's the team of the man who's been throwing interceptions versus the team who has wide receivers who can't catch. That is
Hmm.
too far. Look, I know we don't mean to zero in on some teams sometimes, but I gotta say this. Patrick Mahomes, I need you to go in that locker room and either A, put stick 'em on all of them hands, or B, I'd walk down the line and let them have it. You're being too modest. You are one of the most accurate throwers of the ball. You do some weird stuff that some way, shape, or form flies perfectly and hits people in the hands, and your receivers just can't catch. And it's gonna be a lot of people. Well, we did it last year with this group. Yeah, but y'all weren't expected to do it. You lost Tyreek Hill. We all thought they lost their world burner, the guy who takes top off the defenses and stuff like that. And you weren't expected to win it, but you won it. And
Hmm.
this is where I told Rob this earlier. That championship, is great as Mahomes was a false positive for every one of those receivers. It was a false positive. It made you think that they were that good and we could win this again with them. And then all of them get the drops. All of them. It's even spread to Travis Kelsey. It's even spread to who's going to be one of the best Hall of Fame tight ends ever. It's even spread to
Ever.
him. Kansas City. Look, Patrick Mahomes, I don't know if you got to cuss all of them out about catching the ball, or Andy Reid if you're going to have to scheme differently, or hell, during the off season, some of y'all got to go. Some of y'all got to go. I might go out there and pull out a throwing machine and say, catch for your contract. And just start loading footballs in there. We gonna see who's gonna catch this.
Shot for your life.
Yeah. It's time to catch for your contract right now. Let's see if you can do it. And just load up and let it
That
happen.
that
Because this is no other way to explain this, Rob. This is
nah,
ridiculous. I
very.
I wonder, do we have an official stat on drops in the league by teams? Is there an official stat for that?
I haven't seen it.
If I think if there was an official stat for drops in the league, they might be up there. They might definitely be up because it is ridiculous how many passes they drop. Ridiculous. And I know it's gonna be somebody, oh, it ain't that bad. Yes, it's that bad. Yes, it is that bad. Let's see.
Team drops because apparently the drops leader right now is Puka Nakua. Oddly
Yeah.
enough,
But look a
all right,
little bit further down though. Look, 9 and
yeah,
10,
teams with the most
Rice and
teams with the
Kelsey.
most drops. No, I'm saying teams with the most drops is Chiefs at 40.
There you go.
That's per that's per bet MGM.
I'm just saying. I
Browns
found one on
Browns are
Fox.
second.
Browns are second. That doesn't surprise me. But I pulled up the receiving stats for the regular season right now. Yeah, Puka Nakua is leading in drops. Per person he has 12. Then Tyreek is 11. But these are heavily targeted people. Diggs got 8. But look at Kelsey. He has 7. Rice has 8. Bruh, you have two dudes who on the team that are top 10. Also, the Joker and Ford for Cleveland, which that's the second team that's leading in drops. They're 3 and 4. But come on now, bro. You looking at maybe one team, 2 team, 3 teams. St. Brown and Gibbs for Detroit have let's see, 8 and 8 apiece. But they don't have Patrick Mahomes throwing to them. See that's the thing, that if Patrick Mahomes was just one of those guys, if he would get his Brett Favre on a lot, and sling a bunch of crap people's way, I'd be like, okay, I can understand why you missing some of this. But I watch him pinpoint accuracy a lot of stuff, and it's like, you're dropping, okay. You dropping this one, okay. Now come on, now we dropping too many now, bro. Yeah, let's get this together. Let's get ourselves together now. But I just had to excuse my rant, people, but it just has to be better. But that game, Chiefs and the Bills, is definitely going to be, I feel like, a really good game as of right now. Uh, Browns and something else. Do you see how Flacco is having like a slight resurgence right now?
It ain't slight.
Yeah, it's really not. But I was just trying to downplay. My bad, Joe. My bad. He's having a resurgence right now for the Browns, and he's looking good right now. He's looking good. I didn't think I'd be saying Joe Flacco in 2023, 2024 now. I didn't think I'd be saying Joe Flacco 2023, 2024 is out here having a resurgence. Last time he got paid, I was like, dang, Joe got paid, and now it's looking like, man, Joe is having a good season.
Right.
So it's definitely going to look good for the playoffs. Playoffs are going to be exciting this year, people. It's going to be just a lot of good matchups. In Miami has been, I can't lie, Miami has been balling, and they did a 180 in the past few years. They turned this thing around quickly in the past few years in Miami. Because I don't ever think that I would have been saying, yeah, Miami's in the hunt. They about to make a hell of a playoff run in the next few years. They just went crazy. Waddle, Tua, Tyreek Hill, probably two of the fastest, most catching, athletic receivers that you could deal with in your life. And it is looking good. It is really looking good. This is definitely going to be a hell of a setup, though, Rob. What are you looking for? What games do you think are going to be the ones that are really going to stand out this playoff season?
So I mean, so far, like Packers Cowboys is gonna be nice. I really like I do, even though they're NFC North foe. I do like the Packers if they do actually make the playoffs. I hope we don't because I think we're just not there. Our offense just doesn't need to be in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And from what it looks like, we're not gonna be in the playoffs. At least right now, as of right now. Um, And so I think, yeah, like Packers Cowboys is gonna be really nice. Like you said, Bills Chiefs, that's gonna be a good ass game.
Oh yeah.
Uh, and like how that kind of squares out. Can't wait to see CJ Stroud more into the playoffs. Like, he had a great game yesterday. Dude is damn good. Um, and I think it might be to where another your prediction early in the season before we started, offensive defensive rookie of the year might actually come to fruition because I think CJ got it
Yeah.
locked. I don't know if Will and I don't know who else as far as rookies would be up for defensive rookie of the year, but Will Anderson I think is there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I don't and shit. D'Amico Ryans might win coach of the year. Like that's gonna be fucking nuts if they all them basically sweep the
Bro,
league
I'm telling
like
you,
in their first year.
I've been watching. Rob, whenever I made that prediction, if people would have been paying attention, you got to tune in to us here, Brum Eagles Podcast. But if people would have been paying attention, I've been watching and I said, CJ Stroud is exactly what the Texans need. You have to give these guys, these young quarterbacks who have talent, you got to give them playing time and let them get out there because you don't know where they're going to be. As much as I hate the Cowboys, okay, and I mean I dislike y'all, whenever Tony Romo went out and Dak got a chance to shine, you've seen that Dak is better than Tony. It just took for him to go somewhere else. It wasn't the Matt Castle syndrome. And some of you may say, well, what do you mean the Matt Castle syndrome? Well, this is what I mean. Tom Brady went out. Matt Castle had a hell of a season. Everybody thought he was going to be the next one, okay? But it just so happened that that system made Matt Castle look so great that he went and never was better than 8-8 after that. He was never better than 8-8, and that was the end of
Straight
it.
butt.
Hmm?
I said straight butt.
Oh, definitely. But we've seen that Dak has progress and he's made himself a better quarterback. He's better. He's legit. Like I said, much as I hate to admit this, he's better than what he was last year, and he's shown you the growth. And this is part of what has to happen with rookie quarterbacks. And I know it's some people who say, but the rooks they don't work out. Look, whenever CJ Stroud got drafted by the Texans, I was like, as long as they let him play and they let him do what he has to do, they're gonna be fine. You're gonna find out where his arm is at, where his accuracy is at, what type of players you need to call, what type of pieces you need to put around him. Okay, let's be real. You're not gonna draft a Patrick Mahomes and already had the pieces there to put everything in place. It usually never happens like that, okay? Vets usually get the pieces in play and rookies have to deal with whatever is on the team at that time, okay? And they also did a solid by listening to CJ Stroud whenever he wanted a wide receiver that he was cool with, that he worked out with. That plays a factor. I'm not saying everybody, oh, go listen to your rookie receiver. Nah, I'm not saying that. But if it can be done at a low cost to the team, take a chance on it. Take a chance because you're growing something. I'm not gonna say, oh, Houston is 10-7, and I want to say Houston maybe won 4 games last year or something like that. If you make a turnaround like that, that's a huge turnaround. Cause you win very few to now I'm in the playoffs with a rookie QB. That is an excellent sign. And no matter whether you say, oh, it's a flash in the pan, he's not gonna flash in the pan for 17 games. Okay?
Right.
It's not a flash in the pan for 17 games. Don't get me wrong. We've saw people. You watch the guy play. He clearly has arm talent. He clearly can make all the throws. Nah, it's just about building around him. Make it happen. Because to me, the Texans haven't been in relevancy since they had a little bit of Brock Osweiler, and then you had the other Carr brother, and that's it. they, they haven't been there. So it's not a no. Nah. Look, bro, pay attention to what goes on. And I know some people are like, but what if Caleb Williams? He's not. Look, Caleb Williams know he making money right now. That NIL deal changed the game on y'all, boy. that that changed the game on a lot of you NFL teams getting certain people right away because these cats now are saying, I don't want to go over there. I'm making money in college. I'm gonna sit over here and wait another year, take a shot at another Heisman, stay my behind healthy, and go in the next draft. I don't want to go with who got the number one pick right now. So some of you teams are gonna have to switch it up a little bit. You're gonna have to try something new. You might have to move some stuff around. It's gonna be a different. The game. This is definitely shaking not just college football, but it's shaking NFL football in a way of these guys making money now. I don't know if I want to go into the NFL. Let me wait it out. Let me see if I can land somewhere better. Because in reality, if you made $6 million before you touch the NFL, you can take a hit, fall short, prove your worth, and then get a big contract the next season, and they're gonna negotiate with you, you know? So now the landscape of this has changed. It has definitely changed, Rob. You think it's changed it enough though?
The NIL stuff?
Yeah.
Somewhat. I think it's changed it in a way, mainly because they have more of a financial option, but it's not. They're working on commissions. Like the thing about NIL money, it's not a salary. NFL is a salary, and you basically can make whatever you was making in college in the NFL. So like, it's not gonna be to where once Caleb Williams basically gets into the NFL, he can't make Dr. Pepper commercials. Like he's
Yeah.
gonna be making Dr. Pepper commercials and a set salary that he's guaranteed, or for a better or for worse. So I mean, NIL money is like, yeah, we gonna pay you, but unless it's something where it's like we don't have to pay you, or there's something that we can kind of back off on, yeah, like there's no, it's not a salary. It's not something that is something that you can really set your watch to.
Yeah.
But it is to where Caleb Williams could say, I don't want to because I don't have to. It's not I am basically being restricted from making money, restricted from basically making money off my name and my accomplishments. It's better, for and the people that's below him, or that's not also, either not getting drafted, or gonna have to basically wait a while or whatever. It's better for them because they can make some more money while they're in college and all that. But the end goal still needs to be, they need to make a salary, and if they're not going to get paid by their colleges or get paid by the NCAA, then they need to go towards the actual check that's going to be for long term, not just we want to pay you this commission or this deal
Yeah.
for this amount of money whenever we want to pay you. That I think is still a little bit different on that.
Yeah. Oh, and one more quick fact before we get up out of here. Just looked it up. Last year, the Texans were 3-13-1. And you made a turnaround. You had Lovie Smith. You get a new coach, D'Amico Ryan, 10-7, new quarterback. You went up 7 games. Your points per game went up. Plus, your defense got better. You got better on both sides of the ball. You went from like 30th and 27th to 14th and 13th. Huge differences from where you were. But I know we've been rambling a little bit. We just had to give you guys a little bit more information. It's just how we get down. We get into it sometimes here. I know. Y'all be like, he be running them out, but it'd be good information. It'd be good information.
Hey. We feeding the people.
Feeding the people.
It might be a buffet, but we're feeding the people here. Like, it's okay.
Feeding y'all.
You good? We good, man.
Yeah. But this has been another episode of Bruh Migos Podcast. Don't forget, you guys, come check us out. Tweet at us at Bruh Migos Pod. Catch us on TikTok, dropping some little shorts, Bruh Migos Podcast. Even the YouTube shorts, because we're here on YouTube, baby. We're always out here. We trying to get in that algorithm, baby. And we love you guys. We love the support as always. Rob, you got anything to tell them before we get out?
Good night, Canada. Good night, Taylor Swift. Look, yeah, tell your friends.
Tell them.
Look, just subscribe to us. We on Twitter. We on TikTok. We out here. We spreading the word of Bramigos podcast. Let you spread the word of us, of our folk. Let them know
Let them
that
know.
we are here to be good to your ear hole. I haven't said that in a while.
Yeah, you haven't said it. But that's it for Bramigos podcast. We're out. You guys have a great night. Deuces. Hit him with the hard, Rob. There we go.
Thanks for checking out this episode of the Bramigos podcast. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe so you never miss an episode.